Hey guys, so I am back on my hiking journey. It is hike 31 of the year, and I thought I would share some tips with you guys on hiking safety and like what to do if you get bit by an animal or come across an animal, from the little that I know. So hiking tip number one, always let someone know where you're going. Bring lots of water. Don't hike alone. I mean, I'm a hypocrite for saying that because I really enjoy hiking alone. But yeah, try to go with a buddy. If not, please let someone know where you're at, and take plenty of water. I would always take more water than what I think necessary because there's been several times where I've ran out of water on a hike. It's pretty dangerous. So yeah, tip number two. Okay, I don't really live where bears are, but I was watching, and this is where a lot of my references are going to come from. Something bit me on the Disney Channel, and I really liked it. So if you come across a grizzly bear, play dead. Do not run. Just play dead. Hopefully it'll leave you alone. If you come across a black bear, you're gonna have to fight, unfortunately. So just make yourself look as big as possible. I love animals. I don't encourage hurting them, but if it's like a life or death situation, by all means, unfortunately, do what you have to do. But yeah, just try to minimize your encounters if possible. Next, I'm going to talk about coyotes. So coyotes, I have seen many times hiking by myself. They've never bothered me. I believe all the stories that I've ever heard, they either attack people who have small dogs or children. And I believe that's because the coyote knows it can overpower that small child or that dog. So personally, when I've encountered them, I have never been bothered by them. They see me and they keep going. Actually, driving here out to this hike this morning, I was laughing because it was like 8 a.m. and I saw one just walking down the street on a main busy boulevard, and like my fear for them is them getting hurt. Like I feel worse for them because I know people are not very friendly. They're scared. So I think instinct is to hurt them, and my motto is you leave it alone, it'll leave you alone. Next, I want to talk about mountain lions. So mountain lions, some safety I think about mountain lions is be careful around the springtime, especially when they have their cubs. But I'm always careful around areas with high rock, like that up there, because I picture them like lions, like it's their pride. They're looking over, especially around water sources. If ever, like my favorite thing to see on a hike is a water source. Love to see the creeks and the what are they called? Waterfalls. Sorry, I'm out of breath on this hike. But I'm very careful around those areas and on high alert around those areas because of the fact that I know it's probably their only water source. So because of that, you're more likely to encounter one, I believe, around those areas because they're thirsty. So safety tip with me, I bring a pocket knife with me and a stun gun. Haven't had to use it, thankfully. I've been hiking since I was 14. I've been hiking alone since, I don't know, the age of 25. Never encountered a mountain lion. Hopefully never have to, and never will. But I recently started carrying the stun gun with me after watching the show. Something bit me. Their attacks on humans are rare, but you can never be too careful. So I brought mine with hopes to never use it because, like I said, I don't want to hurt the animals, but I do want to protect myself and be safe. That's a really cool, what's it called? Cave over there. Okay. Lastly, snakes. If you get bit by a rattlesnake, don't suck the venom out. Does not work. You are putting yourself at risk for infection, putting your dirty mouth on that area. 2, do not try and tie anything around the wound. Most likely you're going to get bit either on the hand if you're messing with it, and or on your foot if you step on it. So my safety tip for snakes is be very careful where you're stepping. In California, in Southern California, we have Southern Pacific rattlesnakes. And another thing, you do not have to bring the rattlesnake to the hospital. We have, that I know of, 2 different antivenoms that we use here in Los Angeles, Crofab and Antivib. And caution if you're allergic to papaya or horses with those 2 drugs. Just let them know. But anyway, be very careful where you step. They will not attack you or bite you if you don't bother them. So just word of mine, leave them alone. They will not bother you. Their venom is specifically for rodents. They want to poison these rodents so that they can, or I guess venom. They're venomous, they're not poisonous, but they want to inject their venom in the rodents so that they can eat them. They are not going to eat you, so they don't want to waste their venom on you. But if you step on them or irritate them, they will, bite you. So just word of caution, be very careful where you step, especially around rocks. Like, they like to hide under the rocks, sleep under the rocks. One time I was walking and I literally was looking off in the distance. I didn't realize there was like a hole in the ground and one was sleeping in it, and like I literally almost stepped on its head. Thankfully I turned in time and saw, because I was like, oh shit. I didn't know what kind of snake it was at first until I started researching them, because I got fascinated with snakes after them, and actually love seeing them now. Like, when I don't see them on a hike, I'm actually very disappointed, because they're just such incredible animals. So yeah, my tip for that is be careful, don't bother them, watch where you step, make sure you're not stepping on them. And let's talk a little bit more about what to do if you get bit. If you do happen to get bit by a rattlesnake, go to your nearest hospital as soon as possible, because the way the venom works that I know, it has a blood thinner in it that puts you in what's called DIC, disseminated intravascular coagulation, where basically you just start to bleed out. Like, your body starts to clot a lot, and then because it's clotting a lot, it releases anti-clotting factors, so then they all get depleted and then you just can't clot anymore. So you're gonna need some anti-venom, whether it's Crofab, Antivib, whatever other hospitals use. Those are just the 2 I'm familiar with. And you're gonna need blood products. So you're gonna need clotting factors, so cryo, precipitate, or fresh frozen plasma, also known as FFP. Yeah, sorry, I'm out of breath now. Oh, it's so beautiful. But you can die. Like, you can literally bleed to death. I had a patient that I took care of once accidentally stepped on a snake. She didn't see it, and by the time she got to the hospital, her platelets were 30,000. Your platelets should be 150 to 450 and 1,000, and hers were 30. So that was just her getting to the hospital as soon as possible. So it's no joke. Like, if you get bit by a rattlesnake, come to the hospital immediately, because you are going to need those blood products. Probably going to send the night in the ICU, because we have to measure your limb every hour, make sure it's not getting any bigger, make sure we can preserve, the blood flow, that way you don't lose your limb. So yeah, don't wrap it, don't put anything on it, just get to the hospital as soon as possible, elevate it, rest basically. And yeah, hope you enjoy these safety tips. I totally forgot to add about mountain lions. So mountain lions, I forgot to tell you, don't run from them. Unfortunately, if you see one, you're gonna have to fight. If you run, they think you're prey, which they probably already do think you're prey, and you're not gonna outrun them. I believe they can run up to like 35 miles an hour. something like that, you're just not going to beat them. There's no way you're going to run that fast. So unfortunately, if you do encounter one and it attacks you, like, you're going to have to fight. So that's the reason why I brought my stun gun. I'm just hoping it's enough. So like, if I do get attacked, if I stun it, that it's enough for it to like get scared and go away. I, last resort, would not want to use my knife because I don't want to hurt them. Unfortunately, like, I am in their area. This is their territory. So I feel bad, you know. But like I said, if you're put in a life and death situation, that is why I wear them on my chest. They will go for the neck. They're very smart animals. So yeah, they will scalp you. So just so you know, a little extra tip on why you shouldn't run. You're not gonna outrun them. You're probably not gonna fight them either. Like, they're pretty strong. But on the show, something bit me. I did see that 2 people got attacked. They were shocked, scalped, like really, really bad injuries. So one of them actually killed a male, and he attacked a second female who was riding her bike, and she survived. Luckily, her like friend found her in time and was able to scare off the animal. And then all these people started throwing rocks. Sorry, that was a tarantula hawk. Whew. You guys, I saw tarantula hawks twice. Today's the third time. That's the third one I've seen today. But they're scary looking. If you don't know what they are, Google it. It is this large black wasp with orange wings. I had no idea what it was the first time I saw it. Fucking huge. Oops, sorry. Effing huge. And the first time I saw it, I was like, what is that? So I Googled like black insect with wings, and I saw this crazy looking tarantula hawk. They have, I think, the number 1 or number 2 most painful, like, I don't want to say deadliest sting, but like basically what they do is they put out this scent for tarantulas. The tarantulas come out. They then go and like paralyze this tarantula while it's alive, and then I don't know if they inject or just like place their larva in the tarantula hawk's like abdomen or something. And then when they larvae hatch and they start to eat the tarantula while it's still alive, craziness. But they will sting humans if messed with, and I heard it hurts like a bee. So whenever I see them, I'm just like, because I don't know how to protect myself from those other than I keep seeing them. Don't bother them. So anyway, all right, that's it for this video. Bye-bye. This is the second time I come back to this video. So I didn't talk about ticks or poison ivy, poison oak. So to be honest, poison ivy, poison oak, I do not know too much about. I just know don't touch it. So leaves of 3, let them be. But there's different variations. So unfortunately, I just try not to touch any plants at all. So I can't help you there. But with ticks, okay. Oh, tarantula hawk, leave me alone. Okay. Ticks, unfortunately, carry diseases like Lyme disease that can have long-lasting neurological effects years later. So with ticks, I recommend long clothing if possible. Try not to get off the trails, and always check yourself before going home. They will bite you, burrow their heads. If you have one, it's recommended that you go to a doctor to have it removed, because if any piece of it gets stuck under your skin, it can cause an infection. So with ticks, I've actually had 2 encounters with ticks. One when I was younger, I had a tick on me. I don't know for how long. My dog came home with ticks, and my mom ended up taking it off of me, and I don't know if I got anything from it. Like, I wouldn't know. I have lots of neurological issues, and I don't know if they stem from that tick when I was like 9. But not too long ago, I am very careful. I hate hiking over grown areas because of the ticks. So what I started doing was braiding my hair. I didn't today because I knew this trail was not overgrown. But I always wear long sleeves and long pants and bright colors when I go hiking in places that have brush or overgrown trails, because the bright colors let me see the ticks. And twice, actually one had one on me when I was walking. I saw it, I just flicked it off. It didn't have time to penetrate my skin or anything because it was on my clothes. But two, one day I was in Calabasas hikes. Those hikes are horrible, they're always overgrown. But I think it was on my hair. I was running through the brush, got to my car, I checked my legs, my arms, nothing. I didn't see anything. And like, I literally always do this and like clap my legs together like Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz when I get in my car, because I want to make sure I don't bring any dust or, you know, mites, I don't know, anything home with me. And so this one day I got home, I didn't shower immediately, decided to have lunch, but I changed my clothes and I'm sitting there and I'm eating lunch with my husband. And I'm like, oh my God, I feel something crawling on me. And I go like this, it's a freaking tick. Thankfully, it was still walking, didn't bite me. I know it didn't bite me because when they bite, they'll burrow, they'll suck on your blood until they're fat. So I know it didn't bite me, but that's just some safety tips. If you do get the Lyme disease, it's usually like a rash that looks like a bullseye. But I know there's other diseases, I believe like Rocky Mountain spotted fever, and other things you can get with ticks. And with ticks, the longer they're on you, the more likely they are to spread whatever diseases they have into your bloodstream. So be very, very careful with ticks. And if you have one, don't hesitate. Go to the doctor. All right. I think that's the last time I'm going to end this video. Okay. Last time for real. So I wanted to specify something real quick. And that is that most of my tools that I carry with me on my Cambro. If you don't know what a Cambro is, it's a backpack with a water bag attached to it so that you can just drink. Mine's, I think, 2 or 2.5 liters. But I'm going to show you what I carry with you. And if you watch my fit journey, you've probably seen some of this stuff. So I do carry a light. Can't see it right now, or it's freaking dead. And a pocket knife. On this side, I have my taser, and then back here, I have my sunscreen and some mace, and then I don't think you can see it, but I have this little alarm. Here it is. It's a light, but it also rings really, really loud. The reason why I have a lot of these things is not really for the animals. It's honestly to fight off humans. I am more afraid of the people that I see on hikes than the animals that I'll come across. And that's because people are crazy, people are creepy, and nowadays you just can't be too sure. So yeah, for safety reasons. Thankfully, I've never had to use any of my items, and I've never really come across anybody that was suspicious or that I felt afraid of. But since I am hiking by myself a lot of the time, you can never be too safe. So that's why I have a lot of these things. Pepper spray. I don't think it's mace. I think it's pepper spray. Pocket knife. Yeah, just things that will help me fight off somebody. I am only 5'2", so it's not like I'm gonna be able to fight off anybody that's bigger than me. And hopefully I never have to, but it is good to just have these items just in case. And especially the Cambro. If you are an avid hiker, get yourself a Cambro, because I personally do not like running with water bottles. It drives me crazy. I don't like feeling like when the water splashes back and forth. And this Cambro is easy to carry. It just, the water is on your back, and you just drink it through this when you want. And I can run with my backpack. It doesn't slow me down or anything. So yeah, all right, that is the end of this video.